everybody. Welcome to Group Underworld. That's right, in the segment Artists from the Underworld. Today, we are with an special guest, an incredible guest that the trailer just came out last week, and it just looks awesome. That's right. We got Piglet from Blood and Honey too, and that's right. The actor is called Eddy Mackenzie. What's up, Eddie?
Hello, thank you for having me. Very exciting.
It's awesome to have you here. And here we have with our partner of Group Underworld, Aaron, who is also called the sexiest guy in Mexico City. That's right. So yeah, here it is with us today.
Yeah, I wish, man. But anyway, thank you, Eddie. Great to have you here.
Well,
Awoo.
first of all, Eddie, I got this question in mind. Okay, imagine you are like, I don't know, what age do you have right now?
I'm 32 years
32.
old.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's imagine I talk with Eddie of 22 years old, and I say to him, hey man, you will be Piglet, a killer Piglet. What do you think Eddie will say in his mind?
He'd tell you to stop talking nonsense. He'd tell you you're crazy. You're a crazy man. That's never going to happen. He'd be overwhelmed. He'd be amazed. I feel all those things. I feel like it's a crazy time. You know, none of it feels real. I think I'm going to wake up one day and it's just going to be like, oh, big old dream.
Yeah, I mean, that's awesome. It's surreal right now, right? But it's it's reality. Yeah, I don't know if this is a parallel universe, but right now we have a Pooh killer, a Piglet killer, a Tiger killer, and it is a sequel. So yeah, this shit is happening.
It is happening.
Yeah, there are no drugs in this. This is real. But yeah, first of all, another question that we have in Group Underworld is, and this is a serious question, okay? This is a serious, really serious question, okay? Have you watched the movie of Piglet after you make this awesome movie, Blood and Honey 2? Did you watch the standalone Piglet animated movie?
Oh, well, I've seen it before. I haven't seen it. I haven't watched it since being Piglet, but I remember it from my childhood, from when I was a little piglet myself.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, Eddie, now you're stepping up in the feet of Piglet right now. So at least of this sadistic version of it. But what do you think? I mean, did you watch the first one, and what can we expect to change in a savage way from the second one? Because we saw the trailer, and I can perceive that there's like a way up level in the production, in the everything else, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, the first one is a lot of fun. The first one was really intense. You know, it had all those great deaths. And they did what they could do with the budget. They did a really good job. This time, it's insane. The like you say, the production values are just through the roof. The creativity. I remember reading the script, and like each death is just more ridiculous, more gruesome. You just how are you coming up with this stuff? You know, and just you wait until you see some of the things that they've pulled off, because it's all like practical effects. It's all like prosthetics and stunts and all sorts of stuff. So it looks amazing. And there are some superbly gory demises. There's a lot of fun with a bear trap. Pooh has a lot of fun with a bear trap. I don't want to give too much away, but there's a lot of fun. It's going to be blood and guts and gore and glorious nonsense. It's going to be wonderful.
Awesome. That's what any horror fan needs in his life, the practical effects. And we want blood, we want guts, we got brain smashes, and yeah, a lot of freaking deaths. That's right. Also, did you inspire in when they tell you you will be Piglet, killer Piglet? Did you inspire in a kind of serial like in these characters, in these villain characters of slashers, like Jason Borges, Michael Myers, that kind of characters. Did you inspire in the movement of these actors? How did you inspire to make these killings? Or what was like this achievement man? Like how do you do it? I don't know. Kane Hooder has a lot of stuff of how he makes those killings. So I don't know. How did you train? What was the experience of being a serial killer in this movie?
Well, it was definitely something. It's a type of role I haven't played much of, so that was exciting. It was something new, and yeah, you watch all the great, like the old serial killers, the slashers, your Michael Myers, your Jason, and they're very big, very imposing. Like the movements are always slow and steady. There's not. Oh, they're not panicking. Like Jason never panics. Michael Myers never panics. He's just there. He's doing his thing. And so Piglet was very like that. It was grounded. He was always, and you sort of found yourself feeling that kind of the weight. I think physically, you're strong, you're almost like supernaturally so it's that kind of vibe. So yeah, it was a lot of different things to get into the way of playing Piglet. But it was really cool. Oh man.
That's awesome, dude. I love it. I love it. I think all the inspiration you got it there, and I think, wow, in the trailer
Mm.
it looks violent. So I mean, you transform. That wasn't Eddie, was Piglet the killer. So for me, it's awesome.
It's a different guy, man. It's a different
Yeah.
guy.
And talking about that, Eddie, I would like to ask you, well, there's an importance with the slasher, at least with these ones, with the mask. I think the mask, well, first of all, it receives an upgrade for what we saw in the first movie. And now, but I know because the guy that did the the full role last film came to Mexico. And one of the things he said was that it was a goddamn pain in the ass to wear the mask sometimes. How can you tell us about that experience of the mask, the problems that it give you, also the pleasure? Because I think when a guy uses a mask, kind of explores maybe other aspects of his personality that he couldn't do. Tell us a little bit about the experience of using this Piglet.
Yeah, well, so one thing about the Piglet, until the poster was released, we didn't really have a properly clear image. There wasn't really a clear public image. And so now I think people can see the difference visually between the first film and this one here. And so the first films, obviously, it was that full-on mask. It was a one-piece kind of rubber mask thing. And I could totally understand why that would be uncomfortable, because it's just that one piece and it's rubber and it's heavy and it's tight. This time the a lot of the budget has gone into the prosthetics. So my Piglet mask was actually multiple different pieces that were glued on. So you had different pieces of prosthetic. So there was a sort of big back part with the ears that came on over the top, and then you had a neck piece. There was like the mouth, and then there was a bit here, and so we spent about an hour and a half every day putting that on to begin with. And so that was incredible. I could move everything. You could see the eyes, it was all wide open and stuff. And so like the teeth you could have, and it was much more you had the freedom to kind of really like express. And I, I haven't seen any footage really, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how it looks moving and under the lights and all that, because all the photos we took were incredible. And it's just such well, you mentioned pleasure there. I found it really relaxing, like meditative almost. It was like a spa experience, because you sat there and they're just gluing bits of rubber onto your face, and you're just kind of like Oh, this is very, very nice. And I was almost falling asleep getting the makeup on. It's so relaxing. And then, but then when it's on, you don't even really feel it. I had a great time because I was just kind of running around, and I was like, and because it was just my face. It wasn't restrictive. I was like fully moving. Oh, it was cool. Really, really. The prosthetics guys, oh, smashed it out the park. A lot of respect for the makeup team. Really cool.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Wow, I'm really excited. Now I'm more excited than when I watched the trailer with the freaking chainsaw in fire. Now with this, I am fucking exploding of exciting. So that's incredible. Oh my
Oh,
god.
yeah.
Well, let's imagine. I haven't we haven't watched the movie, so we don't know what it happens. But if there was like a third movie, would you love to be back as Piglet? And also, what other, let's imagine this is like a kind of a funny dynamic. If I don't know, if there was another cartoon that can be like a killer, which cartoon will be your dream to be a killer? Let's imagine you can grab anything you like and to be a fucking killer. What cartoon will you use?
Oh, well, to answer your first question, I'd love to come back again and again and again. Scott, the producer, is very excited, and he was talking about, we're going to do 100 of these films. There's going to be a Piglet spin-off. We're going to do all these films. It's going to be crazy. I don't know, I don't know how much. There was very excited talk, but I'd love to come back. If they want me back, I'll come back again and again. The second question, very interesting. Ooh, now, my immediate thought was it went straight to the Jungle Book. Do you know the Jungle Book cartoon, the Disney film? Because you said animals and you said cartoon, and I went there, and I thought, because you've got Baloo, and you've got King Louis, and you've got all the funny animals in the Indian rainforest. I don't know. Apart from that, you people keep talking about they do sort of fan versions of um properly horror based Scooby-Doo. Something like that could be really cool as well, like a proper adult focused Scooby-Doo series. Because I've seen a lot of fan art and a lot of kind of fan made movies, but something like that would be cool. I mean, this whole concept of taking fairy tales and cartoons and kids' characters and corrupting them and turning them into big, nasty, horrible creatures, it's incredible. You could do so much, and no, you're not going to get bored. It's just, all these things to explore. It's incredible.
That surely will be awesome. I mean, oh yeah. Now
Oh,
I
yeah.
there's another dream I need. Another nightmare.
I'm I'm really interested in that part that you say that you can go anywhere with this kind of a fucked up twist to the classical stories, right? But I can see. I mean, before Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, it was like a very good opportunity to make it up, and now it's like a big goddamn wave of a lot of other tales and everything. But the first one was Blood and Honey. For me, it was Blood and Honey, the one that twisted it all up. So why do you think it's such a phenomenon for good or for bad ways? Because sometimes it can be a very very bad movie, sometimes it can be something very interesting. Uh, but what do you think people do want to watch this, even if it's good or bad or anything? Why do you think it's like this kind of a pleasure that people want to see? I don't know, Peter Pan assassinating Wendy or something like that.
I mean, it's kind of human nature, isn't it? This morbid curiosity, we love we love to see twisted stuff, and especially like things that are innocent, like traditionally innocent stuff being turned around and like twisted like that. It's I don't know why, but it's really appealing, and I think the guys behind Blood and Honey. You know, they've got the Peter Pan. They're talking about Pinocchio, Cinderella. There's all these. They're calling it the what's it called? They've got a name, like the public work. What's it called? They're building a universe basically, and they're gonna try and like make as many of these as possible. And I think people love them. People just love seeing stuff get twisted up and corrupted and turned really cool. So I don't know, we could be here for a while.
I have a question because we're running out of time here, but I want to ask you, taking back to the part of the slashers. Well, you've been asked what the influences, but I would like to know, besides the creatures, besides Piglet, besides some kind of fucked up King Louie in Jungle Book, uh, what other character or emblematic slasher would you like to play sometime, or would you like to do your own? Like I remember Kane Hodder, which got Victor Crowley, for example, and made it himself, and now he's got a lot after being like Jason Voorhees. So, what would you like? What is your big goal about representing maybe another slasher feature goddamn killer that is crazy as fuck?
Oh, well. I mean, where would you go? Because there are so many iconic horror figures, you know. And it would be awesome to play something like, you know, there hasn't really been like a new iconic character. There's I suppose you've got the Terrifier, and you had I mean, I'm thinking of things like, you know, you've got It Follows, where there was never a physical manifestation. See, I'm also a big sci-fi guy, so if I could do something like the next what do you call it? The next Xenomorph, or like Predator, or something like that, you know, like the next big alien slasher stalker thing,
Wow.
you know, like that would be all the interest aligning, like a big horrible alien or some kind of thing like that, you know, and just have a bit of fun with it, you know, something really cool and interesting that's not been done before. I think you know, find a cool new director with some weird ideas and let them loose, and I'll be your freaky little alien guy. Who knows? I'm open to offers. Let them roll in.
Love it.
Well, it worked for the Xenomorph, so I think it's a good idea.
I mean,
Yeah.
the Xenomorph is just such an iconic image, you know, and it's got so many elements of it that are terrifying, and you've put them together, and it's just when I first saw Alien, I was just, you know, it just, I don't know, hooked me, and I've always loved it ever since. So yeah, the next big like sci-fi thing, I'd love to be involved, because it's we've not really had any like, well, I mean, June was really good, and like Blade Runner 2049, but you know, whatever the next big sci-fi interesting thing is, yeah, give me some of that. Give me some of that juice.
Well, Eddie, I think this will be the ending of the interview, but thank you very much for being here in Group Underworld. I think this was an incredible, funny, astonishing, and handsome interview. So thank you very much. And
Ooh.
well, we are excited to watch Blood and Honey 2. We are really excited to see your work. And surely everyone watching this interview will be excited and are inspired to look how awesome did you make your work. So thank you very much, Eddie.
And
Well,
hope you can come
man.
to Mexico. Yeah, it will be great.
Ooh, that would be incredible. Who knows? It's all we're you know, once I know, I'll be there.
Yeah. We need you here. We need you here as Piglet, and also the concert of Eddy Mackenzie. We need that in Mexico. Yeah.
Hey. You get it set up, guys. I'll be there.
Yeah. Thank
Oh,
you
it's
very
been
much,
beautiful.
man.
Thank you very much for having
Aaron,
me.
thank you for being here as also. And people watching this, thank you very much for everything.
Hey.
And remember,
Pleasure.
be careful with your bird, with your pig, with everything that you have around you because they could kill you in the night and maybe other horrible stuff. Thank you very much. Have a nice day and see you in more Nightmares in Group Underworld. Bye bye.
What we'll do is we'll do a little song about me, and that'll
Okay.
help introduce. This will help introduce me to the lovely
Let's do
people
it,
of the
yeah.
podcast. And it's a sort of country style song, and it's about how I'm a strange little fella. I got a real big head and tiny arms. That's why I play on a small guitar. 5'5", built like a bowling ball. With light brown hair, ginger beard, I look kind of strange, I look real weird. I got small feet, my legs often swing in the air. All my little brothers are twice my height. Hard to beat them when we get in a fight. I just hold my ground and wait till they get tired. They tell me it comes from my mother's side. You think I'd be ashamed, but I got nothing to hide. Oh, I'm just a little guy, but my voice does all the talking for me. 'Cause I'm loud and I'm proud. Just a little guy, but I make a big woman sound. 'Cause I'm loud and I'm proud. I'm just a little guy, oh, but I make a big booming sound. Something like that.
Oh,